So the Congress still believes it can prove the poll pundits wrong in Gujarat, but what are those on the ground telling us here in Rajkot? I'm joined by Karan Shah, editor of San Samachar, a very popular eveninger here in Rajkot and Saurashtra, and Milan Sharma, our senior correspondent who's been travelling across this region for the last week. Thank you both very much for joining us. First to you, Milan, what have you seen that has struck you in the last week? Remember, last time the Congress did very well in the Saurashtra region. Do you see that repeating itself? What are you picking up as you've travelled across this region?
Well, Rajdeep, what we've noticed in the Saurashtra region is that this time the fight for Congress is to save what they had gained the last time, which is why it seems like when the Patidar anger is no longer against the BJP could gain more seats in Saurashtra this time than they did the last time in 2017. When we travelled all the way from Dwarka, Devbhoomi, Khambaliya to Jamnagar to Morbi and other places to Somnath in Saurashtra, it so happens that the voters of the Congress still don't look at Aam Aadmi Party as an alternative. They would want to vote for the Congress party, despite the fact that there hasn't been much development in the rural Saurashtra region, as one would say. But because that 78% of Saurashtra is very rural in nature, very Grameen, people have a strong connect with Congress still. But BJP certainly is becoming a big bastion. If we talk of Rajkot as well, BJP candidate has been changed this time from another candidate, but people will vote for the party. Similarly, in Jamnagar as well, Rivaba Jadeja has been, quoted from there, and she will also win perhaps because of the party's influence in the region. But when you look at Saurashtra, it's going to be a fight for Congress to save what they already have, with no longer leaders from the Patidar side, the Patel leaders leaving the Congress and going, and also the fact that there's no longer that anger against the BJP now, Rajdeep.
Let me take that to you there, Karan, because there's a sense that this is not 2017. 2017, there was a lot of unrest, especially in Saurashtra, the anger of the Patel community, farmer unrest over prices. This time, do you believe that the BJP has got its act together, or is it the divided opposition that is the biggest benefit for the BJP in parts of Saurashtra?
No, actually, Rajdeep, as you rightly said, that in 2017, whatever seats they could capture and they could win in Saurashtra, like there were 54 seats of Saurashtra and Kutch. So out of them, more than 30 they could win. And in Gujarat, they won around 77 seats, which was the highest after 1985 of Madhavsinh Solanki, wherein they won 149. But where was the momentum? I don't think there was any momentum after 2017 where they could capitalize after winning 77 seats in the state. They could restrict BJP for the first time below 100. But later on, lot of MLAs left Congress, lot of the leaders, even the Patidar Anamat Andolan Samiti face Hardik Patel, he also left Congress. There are other leaders who left and joined other parties. So the opposition was divided. Now when we see that Aam Aadmi Party was also going down in the rural areas of Saurashtra, they have been travelling, they have been campaigning. But we see that the Congress leaders, the Congress candidates are campaigning by themselves. There has not been much of the leadership which has come all the way from Delhi or Gujarat to campaign and help. Today when we are talking over here, we just saw that Rahul Gandhi has finished his first public rally in Rajkot. He addressed his first public rally. Meanwhile, the BJP has already been doing carpet bombing, as they say, and have been moving across Saurashtra because they know that Saurashtra is the region where they could get most of the seats from.
You know, you said they are carpet bombing Saurashtra. Do you believe in a way the BJP's organizational muscle, Karan, is their biggest strength in these parts? The fact that they built almost this Hindutva juggernaut, if I can call it, across Saurashtra, and that in a way gives it an edge. They've also dropped a lot of sitting MLAs. I mean, almost half of their candidates are new candidates. Do you believe they've, in that sense, tried to arrest local anti-incumbency which is there? Because when I speak to people on the ground, they do speak on issues like paper leaks, which students have been affected. There are other groups, farmers, who have been complaining on several issues. Do you believe that by changing so many candidates in Saurashtra across Gujarat, the BJP has been able to contain local anti-incumbency and then rely on the Modi factor and the organizational juggernaut, Karan?
Well, I will like to answer this question in two parts. First is that if you go and see, the BJP has kind of changed their candidates in the urban levels. So if you talk about Rajkot, Jamnagar, Bhavnagar, Ahmedabad, Vadodara, that's where they have tried to play some experiment and they've changed their candidates. Well, in Rajkot they've changed all the four parts or the 4 seats, but in the rural and the semi-urban, they have again gone and they have again stuck to their old war horses or their old candidates who know that they will be able to make it win. For BJP, numbers counts. They have been able to put again remarks or put again faith in those candidates, again on their leaders who are very much popular in their region, who are very much popular in their community, and they know that let them be who are 5-time, 6-time candidates or 5-time, 6-time MLAs, but we'll repeat them. Again, about the organizational structure that you said, absolutely BJP is the home state of the Prime Minister and the Home Minister, as we know, and the Page Samiti that we know, and the organizational structure. Whatever rebels there might be after the announcement of the candidates, but BJP has a way to make them understand or to even silence them off. So that is how that works. We see PM Modi, who addressed 4 rallies yesterday, went to Kambalam and had a word with the Karyakartas and had a word with the senior leaders about what's going on. So that's how they depend more on their organizational structure and the hierarchy that they've developed.
So the Modi factor in a way still plays on the ground. He's almost like a super CM come PM when it comes to Gujarat. But very quickly, Milan, Morbi is not far away from here, 60 kilometers away. We had a terrible tragedy there on October 30th. More than 130 people died in that bridge collapse. But when I was in Morbi yesterday, I didn't sense again a kind of anger against the BJP personally or the Prime Minister, much more localized. Did you pick that up, that for all the concerns that people have on various issues from paper leaks to bridge collapses, we don't see anger against the BJP, perhaps because that Hindutva identity is still very strong, because Mr. Modi's connect is still very strong?
Well, yes, Rajdeep, that is not just the situation in Morbi, but also in places like Jamnagar, in Bhavnagar, and more so in Somnath, Gir Somnath. The same situation we have seen throughout when we travel in Saurashtra. The Morbi bridge collapse, unfortunately, has not resonated down out till the voter level. And maybe people are angry. There are families that have not, got justice over there. But to the voter, that is not a resounding issue enough to swing the vote in the favor of another opposition party. Similarly, if I would say about Jamnagar, if we are talking about rebellion within the BJP also, I have seen that stalwart leaders are campaigning quietly with the newcomers who have been given tickets, who are inexperienced as well, because that is the message that has been percolated from the party there, that you have to support the new candidate, and even the Karyakartas are being told to do the same. But Rajdeep, yes, you and I know, Arvind Kejriwal has picked up this issue of the paper leaks. This resounding issue is gaining momentum in urban areas like in Rajkot, where students are upset, but that does not really swing the votes against the favor of BJP, at least for now.